All right, welcome, Spoiler Kings. This week we are reviewing Lightyear. My name is Dan Kramer with Brandon, and yeah, man, we just want to get right into it. Watch the trailer and then get into our discussion about it.
Absolutely, let's go.
Yeah, cool.
hmm
As the trailer's going, do a little quick synopsis that Google has. It says legendary space ranger Buzz Lightyear embarks on an intergalactic adventure alongside ambitious recruits Izzy, Mo, Darby, and his robot companion Socks. As his motley crew tackles the toughest mission yet, they must learn to work together as a team to escape the evil Zurg and his robot army that are never far behind them. That's pretty much it. So they're trying to get off the planet, and as they're getting off the planet, they need to find new way to hyperspace. So every time he goes and tests out hyperspace, he loses. Was it 4 years?
4 years. It was 4 years.
Yeah. So every time he tests it, he loses 4 years, and he winds up losing a lot of time. I forgot how many years altogether, but he loses a while. And then is successful on finding hyperspace or hyperspeed, whatever. But then he skips even further into time, and then that's kind of where the majority of the story takes place. But yeah, and then that's the whole thing is him trying to get the crew still off the planet even years later. And then that's when somehow Zurg kind of comes in, and without getting to spoilers yet, he has to deal with Zurg and his army of robots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got some big voices in here. Bring this down. Obviously, we do not have Tim Allen back as Buzz Lightyear, which a lot of people were upset about. Instead, we got Chris Evans. I want to say Chris Hemsworth. Chris Evans. Who else we got? We got Taika Waititi. James Brolin, Kiki Palmer. Efren Ramirez. Who else?
Isaiah Whitlock. Bill Hader. Yeah, he was the rookie at the beginning.
Yeah, he had like 2 lines.
Yeah, he had it was very, very much a cameo, if even that.
Yeah.
Like that man had like 2 lines.
Yeah. So we got some questions real quick. Where's Brian at? I need some questions for the meetup, man. So Brian's on vacation right now. He's enjoying some time off with the family. So he should be back next week for our movie review. But yeah, we'll get you some questions, man. And then Low Key Cave, what's up, man? Anybody watching, go check out Low Key Cave. He does movie reviews, he does some gameplays, TV reviews as well. Go check him out. He does some pretty good stuff over there. He's definitely fun to watch.
Definitely. Yeah. I'll give him a look.
Yeah.
Probably subscribe too.
What's good, fellas? Not much.
What's good, buddy?
Said he hasn't watched either, so yeah, I don't want. We'll get into spoilers in a little bit, but you're safe now. Loki, what's up? And yeah, everyone's saying now. Well, we'll get into that. The ratings a little bit. Tim Allen voice iconic for Toy Story series. It was Tim Allen and who's the other guy? Tom Hanks. So,
yeah.
Real quick before we get into it. So right at the beginning of the film, there's some text that shows up, and they're like, in 1995, a little boy named Andy, went to go see a Buzz Lightyear movie and fell in love with it. And he's like, this is that movie. That's how it starts. And I just felt that was so. They could have done something better with that. I know we're not getting to whatever, but that's kind of upsetting.
Yeah, I get the want to tie it back into kind of bring things full circle in that regard and tie it back into the first movie. I guess it was kind of harmless, but at the same time they didn't really. I get what you're saying. They didn't really need to even do that. I thought.
Yeah, I think there was who's that? There was somebody in a group I'm in. They're like, "Oh, it's a movie I never asked for," or something along those lines. And I was like, "Yeah, but a lot of movies no one asks for, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Yeah. So it was it was harmless enough, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so it definitely should have been a Disney Plus day one, but not for $30, but free, not for $30. Yeah, I don't know if you're saying I think it should have been on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think it would have been a lot more beneficial if they just pulled Turning Red and just put it on just put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I honestly, I mean, I get why they did Turning Red on Disney Plus because of COVID and stuff like that, but that one definitely belonged in the theater. We'll get into if this one should have been on Disney Plus or over on on in theaters. So we got real quick. We got a listen in here. Be light about the Avalanche. There you go. You and Derpy over on YouTube can talk about hockey. Colorado sports. There it is. That's for the men. But let's get back onto Lightyear. So what what are some of the good things that you liked about this one?
Well, if they had to absolutely replace Tim Allen, I thought Chris Evans did great voice acting wise. He actually has a really good voice for voice acting, and I never really caught on to that. I really like kind of the kind of bravado and confidence in his voice. So I thought he was, if not Tim Allen, he did a great job. I thought it was a great looking movie. I thought, that was really, from a visual standpoint, that was probably one of the high points for me easily. Well, not even probably, definitely. I thought that, what was the little cat's name?
Socks.
Socks. Yeah. I should know that. I'm from Chicago.
Right?
Yeah. He was a fun character. I thought some of the characters were pretty entertaining for the most part. He was definitely one of them, and plus I just thought he was so adorable, dude.
Yeah.
Really, those were the main ones for me. The voice acting, the character of Socks, and from a visual standpoint, I was definitely engaged. Those were my main three. Other than that, it was just okay.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I liked was it Mo, which was voiced by Taika. I liked his character. He was very kind of go with the flow, kind of goofy with it.
He was very much a Taika Waititi character.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, I forgot what I was watching, like the Wired, auto Google search kind of thing, and he mentioned something like that. He's like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "How he's kind of lazy because every time he voices anything, it's just his voice."
Exactly. Yeah. Very recognizable in that regard.
Yeah, which I think it just makes it even more funnier and just that it's Taika. But I liked Mo. Mo was kind of cool. I thought the time travel kind of thing was pretty interesting. Where he kept missing years and stuff like that. They just showed like how determined he was to finish the mission, and even he lost like people because obviously you're skipping years at a time. But that I thought it was interesting. We'll talk if it paid off or not in the end in a little bit, but definitely Socks was the star of the show.
Definitely.
Which kind of threw me off. And if this is supposed to be the movie that Andy from Toy Story fell in love with Lightyear with Buzz, I was like, there's no way he would not have had a Socks stuffed animal or toy Socks, because I just thought Socks was way better.
And with the variety of toys that Andy collected and how many, you'd think he'd have a Socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just we'll get into something like that. But like you said, it was really gorgeous. Like it looked great, but that's kind of the level of Pixar I expect at this point. You know, it's like it needs to look amazing, and this one definitely did.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like the Kiki Palmer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's very much a national treasure. She's just great in pretty much anything that she pops up in.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, I'm very excited to see her in Nope next month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's kind of sold me from a lot of her lines just in the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Nope, especially after the second trailer. Kind of definitely had a different vibe from the first trailer. It looked a little more quirky and comedic, but you know, definitely looks like a Jordan Peele movie through and through.
Yeah, after the second trailer, and then you get to see a lot more of all the characters, primarily Kiki Palmer, because I think she in the first trailer she wasn't shown much, and then in this last trailer I think saw her more, which is good because it seems like she's gonna be just as big as who's the dude?
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, the dude that he puts in all of his movies.
Yeah,
like he's using, but yeah, so that's gonna be good for sure. We're gonna watch that one.
Oh yeah, easily. Oh,
we got a couple comments. Derby said, Alyssa, what's up? Their toe content in the Discord. If you like that, Tank, you know what I'm referring to. Just a joke, though. How we doing tonight? Welcome from Twitch. Just a joke. I was referring to something Tank knows. Oh, yeah. I was like, what? The toe thing. Yeah, I get it. So if you're on Discord, go check us out on Discord. Link is in the description. Follow us over there. But yeah, Derpy put up a Cobra Kai picture that featured some toe action. So.
Oh, now I'm curious about it. Now I got to check out the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to post more. Derpy's definitely helping out, so we really appreciate that. You know, trying to get just other things to help bring people to YouTube. You know, Discord's a cool place to have fun at. You know, Facebook is definitely a cool place that we've been posting a lot. Trying to get on Twitter a little bit more because I think that's where the biggest fan base is going to be at. But I kind of don't like Twitter, but whatever. It's kind of like you gotta.
I've never had a Twitter.
No,
I've never ever had a Twitter.
Yeah, I'm never on it. But
yeah,
that's something to look into for the Spoiler Kings show. But yeah, so yeah, he's talking about a joke Discord. But yeah, any other good stuff before we get into some of the bad stuff?
Really, those were the only the musical score. Michael Giacchino, is that how you say his last name?
I think so.
Giacchino? Not sure how to. Yeah, dude, he's like the busiest composer in Hollywood now. He does so much stuff, and he always brings it like with pretty much everything he does. I did like the music.
Yeah, music was great.
The music was really good. I think that was the other thing that was kind of a standout for me. So I'd say the voice acting was solid, the character of Socks, the from a visual standpoint, and the music was great. Those were really the only things that really did anything for me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I forgot about the music. The music is great. I'm looking him up right now and see what else he did. I guess he did. I guess he's a big Disney person. Love and Thunder. He's doing Love and Thunder, Ratatouille, the Batman. Which there you go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Batman was just like Star Wars / old Batman, kind of a good mix of like cool stuff.
Oh yeah. I definitely liked the musical score. I liked the theme music for Batman and everything, because kind of as high regard as I hold the Christopher Nolan movies in, the music didn't really do too much for me in them.
Yeah, this one, the music. I mean, that's how we remember Batman. You know, was from music, and I for me, like especially being in band, you know, my whole like life in elementary school and in high school. Like you learn to appreciate music more, and definitely in a movie, music plays a big role. And I think he did a Jurassic World Dominion, which probably is one of the better parts too of the movie. Despite that movie kind of crapping out,
Yeah.
the music was pretty good. So
Yep.
yeah, you're not kidding, man. He is a busy man.
He is really, and he's directing that Marvel Halloween special that's coming out in October. I don't know if you've read too much about that.
The Guardians?
No, I think it's going to be based on Werewolf by Night.
Oh.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a Halloween special. I don't know if it's going to be like a couple episodes or just like a feature film, but he's directing it, whatever it is. They're saying it's going to be based on Werewolf by Night, which could be interesting.
That could be really interesting.
Yeah. But
I think I heard of that. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, it's like a Werewolf by Night. Let's face it, it's no one's favorite character from Marvel. But
yeah, he did Planet of the Apes. I bet Planet got the shots. Yeah, I got one. Not the shot of the plant or planet. Yeah, I bet Planet. He did No Way Home as well. Yeah, I saw that on the list too.
He did the whole new Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah,
busy dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool composers. But what about some of the bad stuff? What didn't you like about the movie?
It just didn't pull me in like I was hoping it would. I thought the opening sequence was pretty good, but after that, it didn't really hook me. There were a couple times, actually, kind of the midway mark, it kind of dragged, especially when a little bit after he met Izzy, that it kind of moved a little slow for me after that point. So much so to the point where I was almost falling asleep in the theater at one point, and had to like kind of stand up or like sit forward so that I wouldn't fall asleep. I think it had some good ideas, especially with the time travel and that sort of thing, but they just didn't go far enough with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie, it didn't really have any passion to it. It really just kind of felt like they made it just to make it. And we're like, oh, we can kind of ride on the Toy Story name and it'll sell tickets. And I think Derpy was just saying it even kind of underperformed.
Yeah.
It just didn't. Nothing really grabbed me. In terms of story, it didn't really grab me.
They were just going through the motions. That's
they
how
were
I
very
felt.
much
Like,
going through the motions.
Of like, oh yeah, hey, here's something that you remember of in a different movie that you might like, but it seemed like soulless almost, in a sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like it
does.
Like it was the facade of Toy Story, but it didn't have, especially Toy Story, being Pixar's first movie, the best out of, all their movies are great. I didn't think they can do 4, and even I'm like, all right, number 4 is gonna suck, and number 4 was great,
Number 4 was really good.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, maybe this one's gonna be good, because it is Toy Story universe, I guess, but it just it didn't have that, and like you said, it was just it didn't catch me. Like it had its moments where it was really funny, especially with Socks. Basically, was just funny. Other things were kind of like, yeah, the vine kept grabbing people and stuff like that, and
that got old really quick.
Really quick, really quick. But I mean, even like Bill Hader's character, the rookie, like you never see him again, and I don't even think he said a full sentence. He kept getting cut off by Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
But even like Derpy said, the villain maybe, but I was still surprised with the villain. Not my fault. The beginning was meh. just drop you in with a weak explanation for it. Yeah. Okay, villain Socks definitely carried the movie, but I would say the opening scene was probably one of the best scenes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I really like
And
the
then
opening scene.
and then it kind of just it didn't dip to the point where it was bad, but it just kind of it dipped and then it just stayed at like a one level. You know what I mean? Even at the climax, it just kind of stayed there. You know, so
Yeah.
I was kind of like,
And more than anything, it seemed very reliant on callbacks from, the first Toy Story movie. Like a lot of Buzz's lines were, reused in this one, which
yeah,
to an extent I expected, but it almost at times seemed a little too reliant on the callbacks. I think that Buzz himself was even just kind of a flat character, like almost like a nothing of a character.
yeah, yeah,
He was very, very one note.
yeah, which kind of leads into like the bad guy of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was just very like bland and boring, you know. And
Yeah.
and I think I said earlier, I'm like, if this is the movie that makes Andy fall in love with Buzz Lightyear, then I don't get it. Like I don't get because as a kid, I mean, I even read other people talking about it. I think E-Man's movie reviews were talking about it, and a few other people that are like, we're saying kids were like falling asleep in this movie, and that's like
Mhm.
something you don't expect from a Pixar film, especially like a Toy Story kind of one. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know, but I can definitely see kids falling asleep during this because it was like the whole middle part was kind of nothing really happening until like
Hmm.
towards the end. But oh yeah, man, it was missing a part, and I don't know, you know, was it because there's no Woody, or maybe because Tim Allen, maybe, you know, but you know, I wish they would have like maybe referenced it somehow, because at this point it feels like if Chris Evans is the voice of Buzz Lightyear, then
Hmm.
Tim Allen is like the voice that people get to make toys of the movies. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, why didn't they let Tim Allen be involved in some capacity? Or, hell, he could have voiced the like the elderly version of Buzz.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I just didn't get why they didn't bring him back in any capacity. It was very, very odd to me.
yeah. I
No
just,
respect to the no disrespect to the voice actors, because, like I said, I thought Chris Evans did a great job.
mhm,
But
yeah,
it was just kind of weird to me that they wouldn't even bring back Tim Allen in some way, shape, or form.
yeah. At least make him a side character or something, something. Make him
Yeah,
like the
something.
colonel or new general or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Even if he said, you know what I'm talking about, the but it redeems the line. Redeems, yeah, the line. Which one?
Mhm.
He does say a few things from the movies, which was kind of like even like where he's jumping up and down. He goes, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
stable," you
terrain
know, like
is
when he was
terrain
jumping
is
on the bed.
unstable. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. He said the line that made me happy. Which one? Because there was a few. The whole
Yeah.
where he's like yelling at Star Command. So, and it just seemed like him narrating was kind of it's just him being weird. You know, it just I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
He
and
didn't have that hero feeling that I think we were expecting.
no, he just seemed he was just he was just kind of like a typical kind of flatly written protagonist, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Guess I'm
it
gonna
would have.
mute you for a second. That alarm siren's getting kind of loud. My bad. All right.
But yeah, it would have been at least kind of nice to get, maybe like his motivation for being so determined, or give us something. It didn't really give us a whole lot.
Yeah. So before we get into our ratings, there's two things I did want to get into a little bit. The first one is they did kind of change the whole thing of Zurg. So in I think number 2, Toy Story 2, you find out Zurg is his father. Definitely calling back to Star Wars, kind of Luke Vader kind of thing. And I was waiting for that moment to happen, but they do something completely different in this one. They wind up making Zurg a version of Buzz that has gone way, way, way into the future, that there's this technology, and basically Zurg is a suit for old man Buzz. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, that was one of my biggest, I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
Same. I was just kind of like, it didn't really do a whole lot for me, man. I just thought it was, I just kind of went with it, and then I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I guess.
Yeah. The king of Toy Story.
The king of Toy Story.
That's
I like it.
That's kind of funny. It's kind of, because it's exactly kind of how it is. Dude, oh man, you were like, Brian. I know you should be hanging out with your family, but I'm gonna ask you one question before I'm gonna kick you out and tell you to go spend time with the kids. Did you go see this movie at Disney Springs? Because I feel like Disney Springs would, because there's an AMC at Disney Springs. I feel like they would have went all out with something like this, at Disney Springs. Because I was kind of hoping when I was at Disney at the end of April, I was hoping there was something cool coming out, and I would have been able to go see it at Disney Springs, but they didn't have anything. So, but yeah, I just that ending was just so lackluster. And just, I was waiting for that moment of like, oh, how are they gonna make him his dad? Like, that's gonna be cool, but because they're doing time travel already, so I'm like, oh, that'd be interesting. Like the dad from the past. They even did it in the movie where he takes off his helmet. He's like, Dad, and I was like, I thought maybe for a second, I'm like, oh, maybe, but like, no, I'm like, I don't know. Missed it. Yeah, not today, Zurg. Yeah.
That line did kind of subconsciously stick out to me.
Yeah.
And it just didn't register right away. But yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And Brian, why you not bring us, man? And bring all of us to Disney. I'll take it. And he said, "Yep." They stood up clapping, and there was a Buzz taking pictures. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man. Cool.
But yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah. And then I did want to get one last thing was, so this one actually had a lot of controversy because there is a queer gay kiss in this movie that I think like 13 countries or something along those lines blocked it, and at the end of the movie, I had to ask my girlfriend, I'm like, where was the scene that was like so offensive to everybody? And she told me, and I was like, oh yeah, it happened so quick and so natural, and I didn't even think about it, and it was just like, I don't know how, I don't know if you feel a certain way about it or whatnot, but
no, I don't. I'm not bothered by that.
Yeah,
it was
a blink of an eye.
It was a blink and you'll miss it scene.
Yeah,
that's all. And if you're getting offended about that,
Yeah.
you really need to talk to someone. But it's a part of it's such a part of everyday life at this point in time. I'm not even sure why it's so taboo now. Or it was never, to me, it was never anything to get upset about anyway. And it just happened, queer people exist, accept it, you know.
Yeah.
And why would you get so angry when something that happens in everyday life anyway is is put on display in the arts here and there in entertainment? You know,
Yeah.
it just it exists. Didn't
Yeah.
bother me.
It's just it's life, Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you gotta
even
have a
then,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, go
Sorry, go
ahead. I'm
ahead.
sorry. No, I was just rambling. I was just saying you must have a pretty sad life if you're getting all pissy about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was so quick and I didn't even register with me, but then, I watch other people talk about it and this and that. And it was
Mhm.
it was it was such a quick thing where that some people were like, yeah, like there's like, the two women kissing, which was I can't think of his Buzz Lightyear's friend, that
Yeah,
was in
Hawthorne, is that the
charge.
last name?
Hawthorne, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Hawthorne,
Mhm.
and her wife of like 40 years or whatever. And then in the
Yeah,
background is her son and his wife. So it's like you
yeah.
can't even have a gay couple on screen without also a straight couple on screen. So it's like I don't know. It didn't even register with me. It was just like whatever. I was like, you're upset about that, but you're not upset about this time traveling, like person who like fighting himself and stuff like that. I was like, okay, yeah, two women
Yeah,
kissing, and it wasn't even like it was just a quick peck on the lip.
it was a quick peck. And because to be honest, Hank, I completely forgot all about it until you mentioned it just now.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't part of the story or anything. It was just Buzz watching his friend's
Her.
life go by while he's not really a part of it, which is I
Yeah.
think that's the sad part, is like she's having a
Mhm.
kid, she's starting a family, she's getting old, and
Mhm.
Buzz misses it, and I think
Yeah.
that's the point of that whole montage. It's not like,
Mhm.
oh, look, what they're doing. It was like, I'm like, if that montage was pretty sad, especially at the way it ended and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
was that was that was a good heartfelt montage, and then after that, it was just kind of like nothing else. Like
Yeah.
nothing else mattered. I felt like,
I
yeah,
will, to its credit, it is one of the few Pixar movies that didn't have me feeling all depressed when I left the theater.
yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
um,
there's a reason I can't. Uh, there's a reason I only watched Soul and Inside Out once each.
yeah,
Great movies,
I,
great
yeah,
movies, but yeah, I can't. I don't want to watch them ever
yeah.
again.
They hit different. And then Brian said, it's Pride Month and people are complaining about that. Yeah, why make it a big deal? I heard people complaining about her having a family. I was like, why? Yeah, exactly. It's just life. Yeah, and Up. Yeah, Brian said, don't forget Up. Yeah,
And Up, yeah, yeah, I can't
yeah.
forget Up. Yeah, I'm
But
surprised after that opening montage of Up, I managed to stick it
oh
out through the
god,
rest of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Never say, yeah, it's fine.
it was so
So
quick.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, it had nothing to do with
yeah.
the story. It was yeah. So yeah, I felt bad for all the characters. I kind of did too. I felt bad for Buzz at the end because I'm like, yeah, you didn't get to live the life. So,
Yeah.
but cool. So yeah, we kind of went on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but
A little
let's
bit,
do
just a
a
little bit.
quick ratings. So we break everything down. We don't do 1 through 10 or a C or a B. We keep it nice and simple. So we do a now, later, or never. Now means you need to drop what you're doing, go watch it right now. Later is watch it when it's on streaming, or if it's on streaming, you can do laundry while you're watching the movie. And then never
Mhm.
means don't even waste your time with it. So which one are you gonna give Lightyear?
Later, easily. There's no rush to see this movie. You can wait until it's on Disney Plus. It'll be on Disney Plus next month, considering how fast they're putting stuff on there. Like, Doctor Strange is going to be on there in 2 days. But just wait until it's on. Wait until it's on Disney Plus, and do something else while you're watching it. It's not. It'll be nice to have on as background noise, like when you're cooking dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to rush out. You're not really missing a whole lot at all.
Yeah. And then we got Derpy gave his review. He said it's later, should have been on Disney Plus from day one. Not Pixar's best. He said it's about 7 or 8. But entertainment value, I enjoyed it. About a 9 for me. Yeah, I mean, even that's kind of high for me. Because I think once you see that Pixar logo, you expect perfection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You expect to be crying. You expect to be like just have emotion. And this one didn't really have the emotion.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Then we got Brian on here. Brian said he liked the movie and Chris Evans did great. And he gave it a later. Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a later as well. Same reasons for for Derpy, you and Brian. It's just it was fun, but it wasn't to the level that I'm used to from getting from Pixar. Like you said, I'm expecting to walk out sad, like you said, if you're not walking out of a Pixar movie sad or just like really upbeat,
feeling something.
Yeah. You're just walking out, I'm like, oh, okay, that was cool, and then I feel like Pixar missed it, and I felt like it just felt like a cash grab. It felt like they're like, oh, cool, here's a big name from one of our biggest franchises, if not the biggest franchise Pixar has. We could do more at Disney World and Disneyland with this with this. So let's do it. But,
although I wouldn't be, now that they have a Buzz Lightyear movie, I would be opposed to a Cowboy Woody movie. Set in the Old West, and since Chris Evans voiced Buzz, have Robert Downey Jr. voice Woody.
That would be really interesting. Robert Downey Jr. Do Woody.
I wouldn't be terribly opposed to a Woody movie. I was plus he was always my favorite Toy Story character anyway.
I can see them doing something like that. I mean, because there's so many characters in the Woody part of Toy Story, so rather than Buzz, it was just Buzz and Dirt, so and they didn't even keep that to what Toy Story was. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. I would not be surprised if they do a Woody movie. So
it'd be fun.
We'll see. Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Yeah. And I think we said, go ahead. What were you saying?
Definitely. Oh no, nothing. I was just kind of going on. No, good.
Right.
Yeah, definitely doesn't deserve the hate right now. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I was just very middle of the road on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also said you'd rather watch this again than Dominion.
I'd probably watch. To be fair, I'd probably watch a car crash before Jurassic World Dominion.
Right. Said, give me a Mr. Potato Head origin story. That would be funny. That would be. But let's see what we got. The box office. So box office results for this one.
Oh, there's another siren going by. If you need to mute me again.
It went by really quick. The last one sounded like it was right in front of your house.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the Buzz Lightyear it only did second place this year. Opening weekend, and only did second behind Maverick. So Top Gun
is crazy.
Stole the show. So I mean, it's really that good of a movie.
It really is.
That it beat a Pixar movie. So that's like really saying something. Trying to look at how much it made. Lightyear made 20 million between Thursday and Friday, and 51 million for the weekend, which is the 6th best of the year. But it would be it's ranked 18th out of the 23 theater releases for Pixar. So that kind of tells you how people thought about it, and that's probably where it is. It's definitely, I mean, Pixar is going to be a great movie, but this one is definitely towards that bottom section of the Pixar, at least the theater ones.
Totally.
Which I think pretty soon. Yeah, I think pretty soon we're going to do a Pixar ranking list sometime, probably in the next couple weeks. And that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have to revisit a couple ones that I said I'd never revisit again, huh?
Yeah, right. And then Rotten Tomatoes. So we got the tomato meter, which is the critics gave it a 76% and the audience an 85%. So pretty high, but not like super high. So I'm about there. I'll probably give it more like somewhere a little bit lower. 76 is a little high, but
yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not. It was, like I said, it was harmless. I was just very. I think I audibly said to myself as I walked out, it was okay. Yeah.
It's the same thing. I think I looked at my girlfriend. I'm like, it was fun.
Yeah.
Top Gun was so good. Yeah, Top Gun is still killing it in theaters. And Brian, it made 80 million already. Oh, it's definitely breaking the $1 billion mark.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It had no business being as awesome as it was. I didn't even, and originally I'm like, oh, they're making another Top Gun. Because I was, you're talking to someone who wasn't even like a huge fan of the first one. And this one just had no business, I don't think there's a bad thing that I can say about it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was good. I was trying to tell my mom to go watch it.
Yeah, I had actually just discussed the possibility of going with my parents.
Yeah.
Because I'll go again. I thought really long and hard about leaving Jurassic World Dominion and just walking into Top Gun again because Jurassic. The only reason I soldiered through with Jurassic World was because we had a review to do.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, I paid for a movie. At least I'm gonna go watch a good movie.
Yeah, exactly. I thought really long and hard about it, but then I was like, let me just get through this.
Cool. But yeah, man, that's it for this one. Unless you got any last minute thoughts or anything. Otherwise,
that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everyone in chat, Brian, me, you are all kind of agreeing. Seem to have the same feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But cool. So if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna talk about another movie. If you're watching on replay, we appreciate it. Thank you. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about Lightyear. We like chit-chatting in the comment section. Make sure you hit that the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 300. So we're at 256 now, which is crazy. I mean, we got so many people like just coming in. So it just blows my mind that people are subscribing, and I appreciate it. So
that's so great. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. I think my first goal is to get to 500, because if we can get to 500, then I can start making community posts on YouTube. Those non-video kind of posts that you see sometimes, which are super awesome. So, but definitely trying to get to that 1,000 mark. But right now, 100 at a time. That's the goal. But yeah, thank you guys. So stick around. We're gonna talk about another movie. If not, we will see you guys in the next video.
See ya.